So we're back now with some more coverage of this Renaissance heavy tournament. This time it's SamE against, well, I'm not sure how to pronounce k1511asd. But I guess I'm just going to read all the characters. I say it's Renaissance heavy. I think the first game they require 2 Renaissance cards, and then the next game they require 4, and then the next game they require 6, and then the next game it's 8, and then it's 10, and blah blah. So I haven't done quite all my homework. I a little bit wonder about Star Chart and Smithy, how fast that is. If castles weren't here, I would be pretty heavily leaning towards it, I think. But because castles are here, that kind of a strategy would need to take, all the provinces, which, or almost all of them, which is not the most fantastic thing ever. 5-2 or 2-5, yeah, is not so good here with no good twos, and the fives aren't. Well, some of the fives are fine, but they're not really what you want to open with. I wonder about Scholar into Star Chart and money. Yeah, it's probably no good. Sacrifice, I guess, also helps you play the more complicated deck, because you can get some extra points out of crashing your estates and such, and you can thin down a bit. I think it would be interesting. Probably the thing that does more is better. What am I trying to say here? The thing that does more is better than just playing money and smithy with a star chart if or in any case, even without the castles. But with the castles, it's kind of a lot clearer. I assume Sam is gonna trash a copper here a little bit, sadly, just so he can get his star chart online. And I don't know what he put on top there, because I could have seen it being either sacrifice or the potion. Here, this is a good turn for Sam, though. I wonder if you're tempted at all by Humble Castle, because he has 2 sacrifices. So, okay, he takes the silver anyway, which probably makes more sense, at least in the short term. Now I assume this is going to be University on top. I think you want to start taking smithies, and then you can transition into crowns and festivals and such. It's possible that crown is, he takes scholar. I think smithy is generally going to be better than scholar here. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but wow, this is an excellent shuffle. This is exactly what Sam wants here. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not as high on Scholar, I guess, as they are. Especially early on, like Smithy helps you do more early. You want to get your treasures. I don't know. I do want to point out that Crown can be your second potion if you really want more universities, and seems just better than getting a second potion since you're not going to want to double potion that often. You have Festival, you can use both the buys. I don't particularly want scepters. Why would I want scepters? Um, oh, scepter for university? This is not so convincing to me. But scepter doesn't seem to work so well with scholar anyway. Huh. Maybe it's actually not that bad since you play all your treasures, then you scepter the scholar, and then you get a new hand of his treasures and you can replay them. But I think you're mostly playing for actions more, so anyway, I still think I would like a lot of smithies rather than a lot of scholars, but it's mostly down to like I want to use treasures. Um, it's probably fine either way. I think the bigger deal now is that they're a little bit too much on whether they're going for smithy or scholar. They have too many of them and not enough other stuff like actual payload. Um, you kind of want festivals, right? But they're just pile driving these scholars, and I don't really get it. I guess scholar helps you shuffle more for your star chart, so that's kind of nice, and that's probably quite good on this board. But yeah, start getting some festivals. And again, at some point, crowns. I assume you take another scholar here so that you can just keep drawing everything. But this one is not doing much of anything. Um, I don't know if you trash this potion at this point or another copper. I'd have to think more about what's in his deck. Here, I assume you don't take scholar. You take either potion or silver. I'm not sure which. Okay. This gets one card deeper in. So this is like University Festival Crown. Something similar to that. He could take Scepter, I guess, but he takes the Scepters. Which, if you want Scepters, makes sense since you can gain the other actions and you can't do the Scepters, but um, I'm not exactly sure what Scepter is doing for you other than being a festival, in which case, isn't Festival better? I don't know. Maybe you are doing the thing where you play it as a scholar after playing all your treasures and you'll have all your actions in play anyway. Um, in which case, I guess that's fine. Wow, Sam put a scholar on top? That doesn't seem the best to me because he's much shorter on villages. In fact, he doesn't have many villages. He only has these universities. One scholar, one scepter for scholars at the end, but seems maybe okay. But I'm not a big fan of having more than one. I think I would much rather have festival, say, than the second scholar or second scepter, I should say. Now, piles are sort of low because um, the universities can eat out, say, the festivals soon, and then it's a mad scramble for the third pile, and they have a lot of buys and such. So they should be starting to score here pretty quickly. I assume this is another festival take here. Guess he has to worry just a little bit about actually ending the game. Oh, we could see this. We could see this. I assume you trash the estate here, but I have to think about what the money situation is. We could see if he goes for University double five here, this leaves him open to losing, to Sam gaining a crown and enough festivals and scoring a point. Anyway, he has to sack a scholar here, obviously. Um, I'm pretty sure he should go for this. Um, you get the crown later on, though. I think you get the festivals sooner. He may well not see it, also. It is a bit tricky because you don't think of crown double playing potion as a thing very much. I have done it a couple times, but it's not a very common thing. He's gaining festival anyway. He's probably, if he doesn't think he can pile, and I'm guessing neither one of them has seen this line, if he doesn't think he can pile, then gaining more festivals is feels maybe a little bit risky. This is the end of the line for him here too on draw, so that's a bit dangerous. Um, I think this last card is another scholar, right? Oh, and in the chat, Sam is doing live commentary on this, so um, we'll see whether he can get this to work out for him. So he should take the scepter here, I think. It definitely needs to be a treasure since he's in his buy phase. And now he's Scepter Scholar again. He is going to need some money here. Um, does he have enough money? Let's see. I don't, he needs 11 money. He has it exactly. Okay. No, he doesn't have enough buys. You don't say GG, my man. Um, yeah, so this whole plan with sceptering these scholars doesn't make a lot of sense. I think he should be crowning the silver here rather than the potion, given that that's the case. What is he taking? He can't do this, right? Um, he should undo to crowning the silver and buy province duchy. And I'm pretty sure he needs to take duchy here. Yeah. So this is kind of rough. I don't remember what the last two cards are here, so I don't remember what he should top here. I'm guessing you should top the scholar since he's got a bunch of villages at this point. But now, well, I'm not sure if k1511asd has the econ to go province, duchy, and get the universities and such. But he might. Um, he's a good chance to be able to sacrifice uh, an estate. I think he goes for it here. Can slash ought to. And I also think you probably just take more crowns. You can double play the scepter or something um, in the buy phase. So taking more crowns is fine. Um, Wait, he didn't sacrifice there? What? So you could scepter a sacrifice later too, but getting the copper out of your deck and getting the money is a big deal. He needs to put scholar on top here, I think. Possibly scepter. He has one scepter. So he probably has to scepter a... I don't know what these four cards are. And he's probably trying to figure that out. Okay. Okay, so he still has the university here. He's probably fine, right? He can... Maybe he can empty the crowns. In fact, he probably can. I don't know if that's better money-wise than trying to go for the universities. But I assume he crowns... I was thinking he was going to crown the... Oh, I don't know. University for festival here. Undoes a step. Why? Don't you want to play the university? I don't really see a reason not to play the university here. He is going to... Oh. But this is... Yeah, he should know. Why don't you play the university, though? Like, even if you aren't going to gain a festival, you gain a smithy or something useful. I wonder if he's going to sacrifice here to draw. I don't really understand what he's doing. If he gained the festival and he could crown potion, and he can crown potion thanks to the scepter. If he had gained the festival here, he could trash estate, trash copper. He could scepter as crown on potion. He might still be able to do that, but scepter as crown on potion gets him to 14 money. 412. That isn't. He needs 17 money, so that wouldn't have worked. He would have had to do this anyway. But now he can crown scepter. And replay university and festival. He maybe crowns the potion first. No, just Crown Scepter now. Now you replay. I assume it's Festival here. That gets him to 17 money. He spends 4 on University, and then Province Duchy wins. Yep. Okay. Uh, he got there. I think it was a little bit easier earlier, but whatever. He got there. Um, okay. So this game, innovation, which I think might be the most overrated thing. Um, let's see. What does innovation do for you here? It could activate you a leprechaun. Um, so that's, I guess, a thing it can do. But other than that, it can trash a card for you if you gain an extra priest, which makes you money. And if you still have a buy from Silk Merchant, then I don't know, maybe. Doesn't seem so fantastic to me. Um, Star Chart, Star Chart is probably pretty good for activating Lamp. As might Mountain Village be. But, well, I think you need to open Priest and probably Star Chart. Oh, a 5-2 again. Ouch. Um, okay. Yeah, Silk Merchant as a way to get buys and is a reasonable thing to help the lamp. Is okay. I'm not sure about Mountain Village this early. It doesn't actually, in general, seem great. Um, I would think that, well, basically Secret Cave is mostly a better card. Sam might be able to activate his lamp here. Border Village, Silk Merchant, Priest, Copper. Lamp would be the 5th. Does he have a 6th unique? Maybe he can't at all. I guess he doesn't have a 6th unique yet, so. I don't think innovation seems very good here. It just doesn't do anything. I mean, you have your three wishes, so one turn it's going to do something for you, and then if you buy a thing, mm, again, I don't know what you're really buying that the effect is very good for you. Leprechaun is the only thing I can see, but you really need to have like exactly 6 cards. Is it 6 cards? Six, 6 other cards in play. That's pretty tough. There's no other gainers here. Innovation seems quite bad to me. If you have a lot of buys already, then maybe you get a priest and that gives you a lot of money, I guess? But I am just not seeing it. So Sam gets the Guardian there strategically so that he can activate his lamp. Um, Innovation seems terrible to me here. Um, like mostly just a wasted 6 money in a buy. Um, I don't think k1511asd can activate his lamp this turn. Yeah. Okay. So now he has 6 money and 2 buys and a coffer. He should probably take a border village and or a border guard rather, excuse me. But he takes innovation. Innovation just seems quite bad to me. It does a little bit with the wishes, but other than that, it's the priest thing, but boy, that seems rough. You need a lot of silk merchants and a lot of fodder and junk, and I don't know. It's like a lot of work to put in to get. I don't know that it's really enough benefit because you need a lot of silk merchants and skulks for the extra buys. You need to draw a lot of cards so you can trash these cards. You need to have a lot of cards to trash. It's a lot of work to do. But they both go for innovation. And this is only 5 things here for K11. So now he has to think, does he have in his last 3 cards? There is a priest. Playing it this way means he can't possibly ever get the priest. But he was only 1 in 3, I think, to actually be able to hit it. I don't know if it's worth the risk. He was thinking he could still play treasures after the innovation thing, but you can't, which is a big part of why innovation in a lot of cases is not so good. It's your buy phase. If you draw more cards, you cannot you can't play them. And that leads to feel bads, I think. I think maybe people not realizing that weakness is um, part of why they're so much higher on innovation than I am. It's possible that I'm missing something also, but I don't know. Okay. Let's see. One, two, three, four. You can, I guess, manipulate some leprechaun stuff because you have the treasures in play, um, you can kind of guarantee that you're going to have 7 cards for your leprechaun. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yep, this is good. So now you buy leprechaun, which you activate, and then I don't know what the other thing you buy is. One, two, three, four, five. He needs to play the copper what? Oh, he can do this. One, two, three, four, five. So, but now he can't. His leprechaun doesn't because it's the first time per turn. Okay, well, whatever. This is fine. Um, what are these 4 cards? He has the lucky coin. Uh, not the lucky coin, the magic lamp. The border guard. What else? I assume he took the mountain village there. So k1511asd is the first to get his lamp off, and innovation triggers on this wish. If it didn't trigger, um, yeah, there's there is no reason to play this wish now, I think. You should just draw it and play it later. Unless you could draw it dead. I guess Silk Merchant is a reason. Silk Merchant is a reason because it gives you the on-gain effect. Maybe you want the villagers before you draw what you're going to draw. So that makes sense. I like the province buy also. You just it's going to take a while to start getting up to double, I think, and just start taking them, man. Now priest, and now you can get to your wishes, and he can wish for something that's going to make him money. The thing that makes him the most money is gold. Or he could wish for nothing, or he could wish for a silk merchant. Let's see, if he takes the gold here, that's going to get him up to 12 money plus his coffers, and he could go like province silk merchant, which I think I like. My guess, though, is that he's thinking more about building more, which just kind of seems slow to me. He takes a guardian? I don't really understand that. Why? What is the guardian doing for you? I guess it protects you from a skulk attack? Okay. I think k15 is pretty reliable here. I think you should probably discard here. Although he knows there's a priest down here. So I was thinking wish for gold, play silk merchant. But if he does that, he will be using a villager. And if he wants to take a mountain village, then discarding wasn't so good. But I still think he can use the villager here, and it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, well, this works too. You play the wish now, and you wish for a gold. Obviously, he's already gained a card this turn, so we can't do the leprechaun trick. He wishes for a priest. Wow, he's really using all of his villagers. Seems a little bit suspect to me. He has so many terminals in one village. Yeah, no, even though it doesn't trigger innervation, obviously that still works, I guess. Um, Now he gets the village he badly needs, and now he starts to build more, but this is not very consistent with his province from the previous turn. I guess you have to put the village on top. He really needs to have a village. He doesn't have very many. So, based on how all that's fallen out and that they are now both building, then I think SamE is ahead. If you're going to build, you want to build before you green. You don't want to start greening and then stop to build, and then, yeah, that doesn't seem as good to me. Um, Obviously, he still has his, at least some of his wishes here. Um, and he can do, for instance, that, which seems quite strong. So now he can mountain village the wish up and get more wishes. Wish for wishes! Ah ha ha ha. Um, and now these wishes can go to be another village and maybe another silk merchant. Takes the gold. Could take the copper. It doesn't really. He's going to play the priest. I don't know that it matters a ton. Assume you put the gold on top here. He puts the copper on top, which means he's going to wish for a priest here, I guess. Yeah, I'm not so convinced about this. He really needs a lot more food. Um, I think the way that you get enough food for all of this is Skulk. Skulk gives you the most cards that you can get, and it also gives you extra buys to be able to get more cards. But it's just very tricky to put all of this together. I wouldn't have gone for it. Maybe it's good, but I wouldn't have gone for it. Um, so the chat wanted more Royal Blacksmith, but I don't know that that's necessary. Because he has, like, he got rid of 2 coppers last turn, and I understand that he gained some cards as well, but he also had to discard a copper with his blacksmith already. He doesn't actually have to draw quite everything. That's okay. I assume. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, K1 seems to have fallen very far behind at this point. I didn't remember what his deck was. Well, he needs more villages. I might go Mountain Village Silk Merchant here. You're going to trash more Silk Merchants with your priests, I assume. One Silk Merchant, basically the reason for that is to get. He's going for a 4 and a 3. Well, this innovation isn't doing anything for him. Alright, I gotta step away for a minute. Enjoy watching the game with no commentary for 30 seconds or a minute or something. Okay, I'm back. Looks like this is a really good hand for Sam. Um, I would expect something like double province skulk, or not double province skulk, double province silk merchant. Um, wow, he's building even more. I don't think he can maintain that number of priest plays. But anyway, okay, he's very much winning regardless. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can play the border guard here. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can play another action here. Secret cave makes sense, I guess. This is a 6, so now he plays the leprechaun. He gets the wish. He wishes for a mountain village because he really needs more villages. I think. I do believe. Then you can play the village and then trash his border guard and the silk merchant. The village is going to take a gold. Maybe it's going to take a copper because he wants to trash that. No. Actually, that may have been better. Actually, maybe it doesn't matter since he's going to draw these coppers up. Yeah, this does seem better. Well, he should use all his buys here, I think. He probably needs another village and a silk merchant, and I guess he can't go village, silk merchant, skulk, which is what you'd really want to do. But yeah, and so we're talking about like this priest stuff. It's just really hard to maintain the priest thing. It can just have huge, huge turns, but it's really, really hard for it to be sustained over a long period of time. You can make a lot of money, but you have to draw. You have to have the buys. You have to have the food. You have to draw all that food and draw the stuff that's given you. It's just, it's not impossible, but it's tough. On the other hand, having a couple of them seems a lot more manageable, but the more of them that you add, even though the very fast expansion of the money it gives you, it also very quickly expands the difficulty of maintaining it all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's leprechaun time. The wish turns into a skulk, would be my guess, because he needs more food. Okay, how many villages does he? He has to trash one of the silk merchants here. He kind of needs them for the buys, but he has to anyway. He doesn't have enough actions if he doesn't. Okay, and now again he only has 3 buys here. This is the problem. So he definitely needs to play Silk Merchant here, and then I think I would just priest a priest. And I assume that's enough buys. Oh, he had a skulk? I missed that. Well, that seems better than playing the Silk Merchant if you're not drawing. But, wow, I think I would have priested the priest there. It would have given him 4 more money, and then he could have spent 2 of these coffers and gone triple province. Like, compared to where he was a few turns ago, it kind of looks impressive as to what he's doing. But it's still, like, if he would have provinced a few turns ago, he'd be ahead of where he is now. And I think that that's likely to still be true again the next turn. Takes another village, another silk merchant, and another province. Okay. Next turn maybe he has his massive turn. There is something to, you don't need to do stuff before you need to do stuff. He needs to draw here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Unfortunately, he can't. Actually, no, he can lep here because he gets the action back from the innovation. So that's nice. And he should probably wish for Silk Merchant to get the villager. He's going to trash a Silk Merchant with a priest here, I assume, as well. But it's... He gets the Skulk. Okay. Well, I really assume that he's going to trash that. Village is going to draw this stuff. And now he should trash a priest, I'm pretty sure, with the priest, and then trash either Skulk or Spice Merchant. Don't try to maintain 3 priests. It's not worth it. Priest, priest. Priest, priest, and play Skulk. I really don't like trashing all these golds. Especially, he's getting all of this. Yeah, I really don't like that. Uses the villager. I mean, province double duchy is a fine thing to get, I guess, but I don't like trashing gold. I would have rather liked keeping the villager and then getting rid of one of the priests. Trashing gold with priest and then playing the other priest is... How does that work out money-wise in comparison? Let's see. He had one priest in play already, and then if he priests priest, that makes him 4 money, and then the gold makes him 3 more, so that's 7. Instead, he priest trashed gold, which made him 4, and priest trashed another gold, which made him 6. So he got, out of priest gold, he got 2, 4, 6, 10. And if he would have just priested priest, he would have gotten the same amount of money. And I guess he would have had an extra gold in his deck and an extra villager. But I think that's better, having the extra gold and the extra villager. I think. Now, I don't know if Sam can win here, but I'd be looking at it. Oh, he only has 3 buys, so he definitely can't. But I assume he can triple, and I think triple is probably good. It gives him a 12-point lead, so it would have to be another province double duchy. Maybe it's not. Bit unfortunate to only draw this much, perhaps. I expect triple duchy here based on how he's generally been playing. Possibly double duchy silk merchant. Oh, I guess whatever he buys, since he hasn't gained anything this turn, maybe double duchy skulk is better than silk merchant. No, he just gets the triple duchy. Okay. Do also have to work a little bit about pileouts on silk merchants and duchies here with the leprechaun. One, two, three, four, five. So now he can leprechaun, and if he takes a silk merchant here, then can he pile out on silk merchants and duchies? This is what I'm wondering. Um, it's a lot of buys. He needs 5 gains. So if he gains silk merchant here, he has 1 buy, 2 buys from silk merchant, 3 buys from silk merchant. Huh. Secret Cave, I don't think I would have played. He needed to play Silk Merchant, and then use Secret Cave as one of the things he's trashing, right? Unless he isn't going for it? He can trash some amount of green here. I think his last card is a gold. I think. Because he's gained a gold this turn, and last turn he had 3 still. Is that right? He had 3. So he should still have 3, and then he gained 1 more. I'm a little bit confused. Wait, this is not enough buys. Okay. So I guess this is risky. But he doesn't really have much choice. Um, it does mean that Sam can't just go duchy, duchy, merchant, merchant. he would need to also go estate, and he doesn't have the buys for that, I don't think. He could probably just triple province. He should put Silk Merchant on top here, I believe. Oh, Blacksmith. But that was the last card in his deck. Okay. So Beauregard, take the Priest. He has a lot of actions left. He needs to play 2 Silk Merchants for these buys. Now he can trash Guardian, Skulk, and Silk Merchant, and triple province. Easy peasy. And yeah, he way had it. Okay. So I think that was game 2, which means this is taking super long. Um, okay. Well, Governor seems quite strong here, but so does Spices. So does Crop Rotation. Possibly Flag Bearer. I think University is too slow here. Um, Crop Rotation seems a little bit better with the Shepherd available. I think you open Silk Merchant Silver and you try to hit double 5, and you're pretty likely to be able to do that. Flag Bearer is also a consideration at some moment, though. Oh, there's Priest also. I still think Potion is slow. There's a lot of choice here. Sam goes for Potion. You can also go 4/4. You could go Silk Merchant Priest. That actually seems quite good to me. Well, maybe not, because the Silk Merchant, then you don't have the coffer to be able to go 5/5. I kind of think Silk Merchant Silver, honestly. They both go for the Potion. Well, if you're going to go for Potion, then you definitely do want to go for Border Guard, as it helps you get to your Potion into your universities faster. But in general, I think I like Silk Merchant Silver to try to hit 5/5, which you are a favorite to be able to do after opening Silk Merchant Silver. And get, I believe, Governors are the thing to get there. If you hit 6 naturally, you could think about taking a Crop Rotation. I just think this seems too slow to get the universities, to get the governors. I think just getting the governors directly is faster, and it's not like the plus actions from all of these helping that much. Taking the flag is not crazy here because flag is not something that people are going to want to take. Um, and if you can keep the flag, then it's better, I think, than priest. Um, the other thing about priest is, uh, wow, well, Piazza seems quite bad to me here. You're not thinning enough for it. You're not having enough action density. The other thing I guess I like about kind of skipping all of the certain things, crop rotation and shepherd. Shepherd kind of works well with governor, so I'd be a little bit inclined on that, but I don't know. So this is 4 with a token for Sam. Okay. Um, um, sorry about that. I had to take care of something elsewhere also. Um, this just seems quite slow to me. Like for a governor game, it seems slow. Governor games often end so much faster than this. And yeah, mm, I think it should be faster than a normal governor game, and I am blaming University for that. I have no qualms about doing so. I guess he takes silver, plays flag bearer, and goes governor and yet another university. But university isn't a good card in these decks. I really don't like university on this board. Um, I say university isn't a good card on these decks. Like, in fact, I think it shouldn't have been university there. I think border guard is a better card for the deck because the governors are going to run out, and then I don't know. I just yeah yeah I don't know. Silver into flag bearer, taking the flag. Interesting, interesting. I guess the universities can still gain like silk merchants, which they should be starting to do mucho. Potentially also shepherds, I guess, but getting a lot of flags, I guess, isn't so bad because you're going to have these villagers and you have a billion universities, so actions isn't really a problem. And costing 4 is better than costing 3 with the defensive trash possibilities, which sometimes are going to go into duchy, but also note here sometimes are going to go into spices for that coffers hit. Um, Pretty sure this should be silver. Maybe it doesn't matter a lot, but I still think silver's better. Matters at least a little bit. This should be either another silk merchant or another shepherd. I'm not sure which. And I don't remember. Wow, he takes a hideout? Okay. And then 9 for a province, I hope. Could be like silk merchant and shepherd, I guess. Or spices rather than one of those, but I don't have a big faith in that. Piazza and crop rotation is. I'm really not high on Piazza here. Crop rotation, I think he's going to have enough green cards that it might be worth it slash okay, but I don't know that that's big enough impact to go for that combination of things there. I think Priest is just like, it's too late to trash that much, and it doesn't give you that much money. So I'm not a big fan of Priest. Um, if I was going to get a trashing card, it would be Hideout. And this is interesting. Is this going to be a crop rotation here for k1511asd, or is it going to be spices or shepherd or gold? Or there's a lot of interesting choices. I guess he could get Piazza, but again, I don't think Piazza is very good. He has the flag, so he shouldn't get the flag. Um, okay. Um, I still think this game is probably not lasting super much longer. Next is Hideout, Trash the Copper, Border Guard. Well, you could play Silk Merchants first, yeah. Border Guard for a Border Guard for. He takes the University without a thought, which is interesting. And he draws with the Shepherd rather than. And that's also interesting. So I expect a lot of University plays here. Maybe gaining a flag, maybe you could Governor remodel a flag bearer into a gold. Um, I'm not a huge fan of taking priests. 5, 6, 8. So I think you gain, well, silk merchants primarily, but a second shepherd is fine, and then you green here. I am not a fan of priest. Oh, I don't want to draw more. And I would probably just go Province Duchy here. Province Spices, okay, but I want to stick more green cards in my deck with crop rotation and with multiple shepherds. Okay, and here's where it's very hard to see what the top player is doing. But I still think that this is really slow. I'm not entirely certain about trashing that copper either. I might have trashed the flag bearer. Probably not, but you know, what else? He takes the flag back. He buys, I assume, a province here. Now I wonder if Sam can win this turn. You probably lead with hideout, trashing. No, you lead with. Oh, he revealed the border guard and he takes estate, sure. So that he can do the crop rotation thing. That's nice, that's nifty. He plays the border guard again, sure. Hideout, ooh, oh, well, oh no, he doesn't have priest. Okay, so playing hideout first makes sense. Trash a copper. And again, hideout makes sense. Trash a copper. Draw, and you silk merchant, and you draw with this governor. And you draw with this governor. He has enough more, I think. He has a lot of buys. It's starting to get close, though. These universities can gain silk merchants, which give him money, which help him. I think his goal is to quad province here. This is not helping. He's not finding his green cards, like, at all. This is pretty bad for him. But then again, he doesn't have that many green cards because he hasn't greened that much. He takes the lantern, sure. I don't know that he can afford to draw this much more and still be able to have enough stuff to pile enough provinces. Maybe he tries to pile something else. Estates? Oh, and estates are worth 2 each. Does he have enough buys for that? No. Yeah. Okay. Hmm. Trashing that copper may have been a little suspect, but whatever. Okay, whatever. Okay. Recruiter seems very strong as normal. Um, I didn't even really look at the board that much. It's just that it's almost always strong. It is the only village-ish effect here. Well, there's somewhat patron, and there's somewhat sculptor. Swashbuckler is kind of interesting. Exorcist usually is good, but it kind of competes with recruiter. You probably are kind of going for one or the other, although you can recruit like a flag bearer once and get a bunch of actions. Young Witch, I don't know. The trashing is not that fantastic for trashing curses. Um, Academy actually also gets you a lot of actions, so it works well with, say, Sculptor or. Yeah, so you can probably get reasonably well going. But there aren't really much in terms of extra gains here. There's kind of Exorcist and kind of Improve. And kind of, well, okay, Sculptor is extra gains, but it's limited, right? Opening Pageant, I think, is, well, and a bit of an underrated thing. Although, if you want to get a 4, it's less good. So, I'm not sure about that either. Um, yeah, pageant improve gives him um he took the flag? That's strange. I guess he wanted to be able to take the flag on turn 3, but this is not so convincing to me. I'm pretty sure he should get a recruiter here. He gets a swashbuckler? Okay, so I don't understand what's happening. Yeah, a recruiter there, and this play looks a lot better. The swashbuckler does not look that good. He should get a recruiter now again. I think. I guess you could get Academy, or I guess you could get Patron or Exorcist and save a coffer. Pageant helping you save coffers, enabling Swashbuckler, I think really might be a thing now. Um, so I would at least think, I guess, about taking a 4 here. If you're going to get a 4, then maybe you you take an Exorcist. I guess you could get a Research, but Exorcist seems better than Research, especially with Swashbuckler. So if he gets Exorcist now, then maybe it's not quite so insane. Because he gets to store a coffer, and then he's going to be able to turn his estates into wisps. And what? Okay. Well, I am not a fan of that. Now you play Flag Bearer and take a silver? I just, like, if he had one recruiter, I would so much prefer what he's doing now to what he actually is doing, and that whole thing would make a lot more sense to me. Taking a silver, saving a coffers. Good, good, good. But the scepter doesn't seem that good. He's mostly just a silver. The swashbuckler, again, not sure. Um, oh, Academy is nice with Exorcist with the wisps and stuff. So that's cool. Um, I guess playing the scepter as swashbuckler is probably better than taking the money because you're probably going to get more money this way and you get back to your. Yeah, so he's playing a money-ish kind of deck, which seems fine. He's going for activating his swashbuckler, getting the chest, which again seems fine. Taking the flag with that, I'm not sure about. Um, and by not sure about, I mean I don't think I like it. Um, okay, I think they're being a bit harsh. I don't think it's so bad um, as all that. Um, takes silver. Takes a wishing well. Okay. Oh, he's trying to defend against. Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately for him, he's not going to have anything in his discard pile next turn. So his Swashbuckler is going to take a while to activate. In fact, he might think about taking another Swashbuckler here, because otherwise it's going to be a long time before he can get that chest. And, well, anyway, I think it's, even if he had it exactly now, which was reasonably likely, it would have been kind of problematic. But it's going to take him a long time now to get this chest, and Sam is probably just going to be far, far ahead. Because the young witch here is quite relevant. And wells in this big money kind of deck are not that good. But I think maybe something featuring Recruiter and then moving into what he's doing could have been better. If you're going to open Flag Bearer, then I guess the reason he doesn't do it turn one is that Sam could then retake it so early, but I would just really like a Recruiter in his deck. Would have been much better, I think. Well, he's going to take another province here. And now he has his well in hand. So this has actually worked out pretty well. Full pun obviously intended. Okay, so now here, Sam. I assume the money is. You do 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 do. You do 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 do. You do 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 do. You do 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 do. You do 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 do. So Sam has a lot of whatchamacallums. I think Estate is the most common card left here. Maybe not. Curse. Yeah, I think he only had one copper left. It's like one copper, one estate, one curse, one silver, and one gold or something. I think he should buy a silver here or a wishing well. Oh, he played. I'm sorry, this makes sense. Somewhat. Well, he's going to get the chest here. It's just, I think, quite a bit late to make too much difference. He's still not going to lose by that much, though. Patron. And I think really it makes sense to be gaining more of those. Well, I guess you want the wells to help you draw everything, but now unfortunately for Sam, he can't trigger the swashbuckler here. I don't think he can anyway. There may be some way with Scepter. All right. Okay, so you mean saving for the chest loses. In any case, I'm not sure who's winning at the moment. Like, I think it's probably Sam, but um, yeah. The thing is, k1511asd is going to be able to get a province this turn, and then they're probably going to be able to get a province next, like they have quite a bit. The sad thing for him is that he doesn't even get to keep the chest, so all that work is not for a ton. And without so much in the terms of extra gains, it is going to be a little bit hard for Sam to do more than one province per turn. On the other hand, he can give curses out, so that's a thing. Um, I assume he sculpts like a patron here. Maybe he doesn't because he wants to keep his draw better, but I mean, he could sculpt a patron, and then exercise something. Guess he's just exercising a copper. I expect he just wishes copper, but I don't know that that was at all the best thing. Now he should definitely take the scepter for the money and buy a province. Now he has this wishing well in hand again, which is nice, to block the curses again. At some point when he doesn't have one, Sam can just spiral in a lot of curses all at once. So I do think Sam is probably in the lead, but he's, kind of running out of a little bit of time. If k1511asd does get some good draws here, that is, he gets his good cards high enough in the shuffle, he might still be able to win this. Sam can think about researching this young witch away here. I think. And he does. Not sure what I guess you replace Sculptor here. Scepter to get another villager, I guess. Takes a ghost, which is, well, I think I would have preferred Imp, but okay, this is whatever. Um, wow, another Wishing Well on top. So he should take this for money, and he should take a province. And I think that it's very likely at this point that k1511asd is actually going to win this game. Oh, there's Improve into Duchy. Yeah. Yeah, that's going to make this money thing even worse. But if I were playing money, I think I would have gone for Recruiter and then maybe two Swashbucklers. Maybe just Swashbuckler Scepter. I don't know. Pageant really helps you get the chest online, better than just playing the normal swashbuckler thing. The normal swashbuckler thing by itself, not being able to get, I mean, it's so slow to get the coffers that you're not going to ever hit the chest, basically. Um, Sam should know what this is. And yeah, Steph is right in the chat there. It's got to be a ghost. Which he doesn't want in his hand. Well, he can play this young witch and discard whatever it is that he wants to ghost up. Scepter a patron, I assume. He is actually running slightly short on actions. Oh, I guess he could scepter a whatchamacallit, an improve. He doesn't have that many fours to turn into duchies, and his draw isn't that high. He has a ton of money, though. So I assume he's going to exercise the gold into an imp. And then the question is just whether this is getting Scepter is replaying an improve versus a patron versus, I guess, maybe a sculptor. So it's probably the flag bearer and the patron. No. I don't know why. Another ghost is not, I think, what I would want. Wait, what did he go? He went undid and then bought a swashbuckler? Huh. This should be an estate from K15. Okay, well, that's a reasonable line to take, resigning. Hmm. Oh, is this over? I guess that's just 3-0, huh? All right. Well, I'll thank you all for watching and catch you all later.